Hi guys, this is Connor here from CIS and I'd like to take you through a quick online demo of the CIS Premium service. So the first thing I'm going to do is take you through the 3 steps in setting up your profile. The first step is to create a tailored targeted search focusing on the projects that are relevant to your business. The second step then is to save that search so that each week you're getting a new list of sales opportunities and project updates focused on those saved searches. And the third step is to track and follow the projects and/or companies that are of interest to you. So the first step is to create a tailored targeted search, which I will do to the main body of the dashboard here. So we've got keywords, category, location, stage, value range, project type, and updated. Up the top here we've got keywords. Now this is really if you wanted to pull out a specific project. For instance, Cherrywood, New Children's Hospital, Trinity College, something like that. But what we want to do is we want to create a list of projects. So we're going to skip that and we're going to go on to category, our first option here. So hit select options and this will open up all the sectors that we cover as well as the subsectors by hitting the pluses beside each sector. So for this search we're going to look into commercial projects and we're going to look at specifically office developments. So we highlight office. Next is location, so this is dependent on your premium subscription. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look into Ireland and I'm going to look into specifically Leinster. So we select Leinster. Next is stage, so we research and monitor all projects from pre-planning all the way up to on-site, which will allow our customers to get in at the right time relevant to them. So for this search I'm going to look at projects that are at plan submitted and plans granted. Next is value range, so this is the overall shell and core value of the projects that we're looking for. If it doesn't matter, you can leave it blank. If you wanted to specify large scale projects, you can go and select all projects over $1 million. So we'll select that. Project type we have selected at both large and small scale. Again, we can specify it if we want, but we're going to leave it open for this. And then updated is how far back we want to create this search on projects that were updated in this time period. So we can look back a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, etc. So for this search, I'm going to look at 2 months. So once I have my criteria set, I'm going to hit search and I've generated now a list of 26 projects, as you can see from the results up in the top left. Now if I wanted, I could refine the search over here on the right. If I found that projects maybe I wanted a bit more than 26 results, I could go in and go to location and maybe go in and add Munster as well. Once I have added that, I can go apply filters and this will then generate the search including Munster. So now I've got 33 results. So overall I'm happy with those results. So the next step then is to save this search. So I'm going to scroll halfway down on the right here and I can see I can save this search. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it Office Developments Leinster and Munster at planning stage. I'm going to hit the send alerts box under here and I'm going to hit save to my saved project searches. Now once you see this green banner come up, that search is now saved. So now each week I'm going to get a new email alert with new projects matching my criteria coming into my email address. So before we click into the projects and have a look at the third step, which is tracking and following the projects and companies of interest, there are 2 new features you can see from this main page, which I'm going to show you now. So if we scroll down the bottom of the page, we can see on the bottom right we have the option to export these projects to Excel, to Word, to CRM data, or to print if I want. Very useful tool in that sense. If I scroll back up to the top, I also have the option to have a look at these projects through the map view. If you click map view, this will open up our interactive map, which will then document all the projects that we're looking at on our interactive map. Now we can see on the bottom here that we've got 20 projects per page, but we know that we've 33 projects, so I'm going to open it up to 50 just so that I can see all the projects associated with my search on the map. So as you can see, we've now refined it and we can see all the projects associated with our search. If I wanted to have a quick look, I can click on any of the pins here and it will show me all of the project details associated with the pin. So we can see that this is a 1.3 million office building. It's Irish Distillers Group Limited, Middleton Distillery in County Cork. Gives you some brief information on the project too, which is very, very handy on the map. Now, if we wanted to have a look at more detailed information on the projects, we go back to project view And the next step then is to click into a project of interest. So I'm going to click on a nice big one. So there's 160 million residential commercial hotel development. So we click on this and we are in the project now. So from the top we can see the title of the project, we can see the address, we can see the project ID, which is relevant to ourselves. If you had any follow-up questions regarding this project, you would just quote that to us. The last date it was updated, the county that it's in, and its value. You can also see that the project information on this on the main body of the text here. If you look over on the right, we also have some associated documents and links. So whether it be news articles, links to the Planning Authority website, which will have architects' drawings, layouts, the appeals from onboard Planola, or associated projects with this. We can also see key project details like if it's being appealed, the decision date, site area, units, floor area, etc. So if we scroll further down, we can now see the details of the people associated with this project. So we can see promoters, co-promoters, architects, project managers, etc. Names, email addresses, websites, and phone numbers, all very relevant to this project. If we scroll further down, we can also see a direct link to the map. We can see some finishes that are also associated with the project, and then we can also see the project history from when the project application was lodged on the 6th of the 9th, 2017, right up to Thursday when the appeal was put through to Onboard Planola. So it gives you up-to-date information on these projects. So the third and final step is to track and follow the projects and companies of interest. If this project is something of interest, and you want to be kept up to date with what's going on with this project, you have the option to track this project. Up on the top here, click Track Project, and this automatically adds it to your CRM. This keeps you updated with any new information that is updated on this project, and then also allows you to add project notes, recall dates, known as titles, values, anything like that on the project to keep you updated with the project itself. You also have options to add your recall dates to your Outlook calendar. You can email the project to a colleague. You can also see detailed CRM user guides to help you along with navigating through the CRM. So you can also do this with companies. So if we scroll down and have a look at the companies associated with the project, so I'm going to take the architect, O'Mahony Pike Architects. We can see there on this project. If I click on them within the project, it will bring me directly to their profile page. So this will then show me all the associated projects that O'Mahony Pike Architects are working on at the moment. So we can see many of the projects that they are associated with, some have plans granted, plans submitted, some on site, but very, very useful information. We also have the option to have a look at their company connections. If we click this here, we can now see all the company connections that are associated with O'Mahony Pike Architects. So we can basically see who they've been working with on the projects lately. So we can see that Waterman Moylan, McKeelan Construction, all these companies have worked with O'Mahony Pike on a certain number of projects, which you can see over here on the right. If you wanted to have a look at the projects, in other words, if we wanted to see Waterman Moylan, we click on View for Projects. This will then bring us to the page where the list below contains projects worked on by both O'Mahony Pike Architects and Waterman Moylan. You have the option to export this list as well. Very, very useful information if you are going to meet with either of these companies. If we go back now to our profile page, if O'Mahony Pike Architects is a company of interest, we have the option up here to track company. So what this means is that if we add anything of interest from O'Mahony Pike Architects, if they get added to a project, if they get updated on a project, you'll be emailed and alerted about. Keeps you updated with what's going on with these companies. So not only when you track projects and you get emailed and alerted if anything changes or gets updated on the project, as well with companies, once you start tracking them, you'll be emailed and updated if they get added to any project. So if we go back out to our dashboard and have a quick overview of what we just did. So out of the 3 steps, we created a tailored search through this main body here. We saved that search, which gets saved over here on the left under My Saved Searches. As you can see, all the searches that I've created before, and there's the one I've done for this demo. On your list here, you can create as many searches as you like. You can remove them or modify them if you feel like they're not yielding the right results, but you have full control over your searches through this main area here. And the third and final step is to track and follow the projects and companies of interest, which get saved up here on the top left. So if we click onto My Projects, you will then see all the projects that are associated with your tracked projects. They will get saved by recall date. So as you can see here, I've got 2 projects that are overdue, and I've got 1 with the recall date set today. So this helps you organize your projects and helps you manage them as they are relevant to when you want to follow up on them. And that's the same with companies. If we go back out to our dashboard, we can now click into companies and see all the companies that I'm tracking and the recall dates associated with them. We also have the option with our projects and companies to export our list over on the right here. This is great if you are having an end of week, end of month sales meeting, something like that, where you wanted to bring to the meeting exactly what projects and companies you're tracking on the CIS system. So that is your quick overview of the CIS online system, your 3 steps on creating a profile. Once you do these 3 steps, it pulls out all the relevant information necessary to creating good solid leads and developing more business and more revenue for your company. Many thanks.